first winner, which is Alex, and Alex is joining us right afterwards. All right, so I can already see that Dave is here. We're gonna let him into. Hello and welcome.
Hi, I love your new effects. Very cool.
I know. Let me just like this, put it back so I can see, everybody can see me full screen and can see you full screen. Welcome back, Dave. It's been a week, so I'm excited to have you back on the show.
I get excited every week, and the show just keeps getting bigger and better. It's up on Amazon. It's on Bloomberg Television. We have every single week, which is so dear to my heart, the Junior Achievement Impact Award, to pick the best entrepreneur, the best pitch, and the best company that has the biggest impact. And so, beyond the best pitch, we're really choosing people that are aligned with the values of Junior Achievement, the values that help me with all of the great success I've had in my life to help make more money, help more people, and have more fun.
Totally. And I think so for everybody who's new to our live show, if you want to know the whole deal about the story and all behind the scenes, you should check out our first episode. It's actually saved on our profile. Just go in our IGTV and then you can watch it. But today, so Dave, I think I would love if you could introduce yourself once again for everybody who doesn't know who you are. I'm not sure if there's anyone who doesn't know, but just in case.
Well, I am JA, meaning I am a JA alumni myself, and have been involved since I was literally 10 years old in San Diego, California. I am the chief chancellor of Junior Achievement University worldwide, with the most unbelievable world thought leaders like Bob Proctor and Brian Tracy and Jack Canfield, just to Sharon Lecter, and just to name a few. But it's an incredible source of content that we all put out there. I run one of the most notable sports agencies in the world. I ran Lee Steinberg Sports Entertainment, with me the movie Jerry Maguire about. Warren Moon, the Hall of Fame quarterback, and I had a marketing company. And for the last 4 years, I've built my own brand with incredible TV shows like 2-Minute Drill. I speak around the world. I write books. I give trainings for free every Friday. All of my content is given to Junior Achievement for free. You can email me or log in to Junior Achievement there. To all my exercises, guides, and books are all free, and they're there to empower you. I'm sure I missed the podcast, the playbook that I have is a top podcast. There's all guys, and most importantly, I'm a father of 4 and happily married to the most amazing woman in the world. So that, in a nutshell, is who David Meltzer is.
I mean, this is incredible. So, and guys, I mean, we are so incredibly grateful for you, Dave. And as you can imagine, his schedule is insanely busy. So we're so excited to have him on for at least a short time every Thursday to give you guys even more information. And thank you for sharing your content. Actually, everybody who's watching, we now have a website, a landing page. So if you go on our profile and the link in the bio, you click on the first link and you will be directed to the website where you can not only find all the information about Dave and his incredible things, but you can also find out how you can apply to maybe be in season 2 of 2-Minute Drill. So Dave, do you want to explain what that's all about?
Yeah, so the TV show takes a finalist, and we narrow it down to 4 of the best pitches. And out of those 4 pitches, the winner, you get 2 minutes to pitch. The winner gets $50,000 of cash and prizes. And then we have a Junior Achievement Impact Award, where every episode we make a donation to Junior Achievement as well, in honor of the person, the pitch entrepreneur person that has the greatest impact with their pitch and their business as well. So it's been incredibly fun. The thing that I like about it most is I have other shows that I've done and worked with that were more funding oriented pitch shows, where the winner, you would fund the company. And to me, I called that the funding facade. It wasn't realistic, wasn't aligned with what was truly happening in the marketplace. I felt I was doing a disservice in some respects by over exaggerating or manipulating how companies are funded. This is a critical, as you know, within the context of Junior Achievement, a critical skill set of just pitching. And it's just 2 minutes to pitch. And the fun thing about 2 minutes is it's 1 minute seems to be not enough time. And for some people, 2 minutes is way too much time. So there is an art of using every second of your 2 minutes in order to effectuate the value and be able to articulate the value that you're asking for.
I can imagine. I think it's especially important for everybody around the world, if they have a business or not, to be able to pitch yourself and who you are in 2 minutes or less. So I love the show, and I hope a lot of people can watch it. And the last thing for today with you, Dave, I would love for everybody to understand a bit more the impact award. So what were kind of the parameters you were like, okay, this person has to specifically get this award for this particular show?
So there's 5 things that we look for to have impact. And the number one is the most overlooked of all those things. And it's credibility. You know, a lot of people talk the talk, but do they walk the walk? And in order to have impact, you have to be aligned with integrity, which is one of the key components of junior achievement. But that credibility, so we look for the integrity of what someone's doing. 2, the emotional attachment. Obviously, you know, I'm emotionally attached to junior achievement, changed my life, so grateful for the program and to be an alumni, and could not share with everyone how important it is to me. So I look for an emotional attachment, that this means something to me and to others. And then the last 3 are being able to quantify the reasons that this is important, the reasons that it has value. And then the 4th one is to actually quantify the impact. You know, is it going to save the environment? Is it going to help empower women? Whatever it may be, some people can't articulate and quantify that impact. You have to be able to do that. Therefore, this is an impact award. And then finally, we do look at the capabilities of the pitch and the company, the features and benefits, all the fluff and the hype and all of those things. So we do look at quantifying the capabilities. But if you have those 5 things, as you'll see Alex did, our first winner that is going to come on here in moments, you know, he nailed it with credibility. You'll see it, emotional attachment, the total reasons, impacts, and capability package. And that's why he won the first Junior Achievement Impact Award.
So I know that Alex is already watching. So Alex, the pressure, you know, is going up right
That's
here,
right.
because Dave is kind of, you know, telling all the things. So the cool thing is, thank you so much for now, Dave. We will see you next week. Again, for everybody else, go in the link in our bio. You can find all the things there. Thank you so much again, Dave. And I'll see you next week in the live.
Reach out if you need me, david@dmeltzer.com. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye. All right. So before we have Alex jump on, I actually prepared another slide for you. So what we just talked is, you guys can be part of the next 2-minute drill season. So what you have to do, go to the link in bio, and everything is explained there. So you can go there, you can see the application form, and maybe you will be the next Alex, basically. So maybe you will be the next winner of the JA Impact Award. So Alex, if you can hear me and see me, you can request to join, and we're excited to have you on in a second. All right, and we're waiting for Alex to come on. In the meantime, I would love to also encourage you to sign up for our Gather platform. There he is. I was just about to start the next thing here. Hold on. There we go. Welcome, Alex. Welcome to the IG Live. I can see a connection problem on Alex's side. Let's give him a minute so he can rejoin. Well, here we go, guys. This is live. There's no script, no nothing. So we're here. Okay, Alex, if you can hear me, I'm gonna send you another request to join. All right, in the meantime, guys, you can see the background. So go to the link in bio. You can find all the information about 2-minute drill, but also how you can join our alumni community across the world. It's gatheralumni.org, where you can connect with like-minded people from more than 100 countries. All right, here he's back. Let's see if the internet connection is stable enough. Hey, welcome.
We're here.
Back. All right, perfect. I can see you, I can hear you. We're good to go.
Awesome. Hey, thanks for having me.
So this is Alex, guys. So Dave already introduced you. The pressure is very high. So
Yeah.
just saying. So this is Alex Weber. He's our first JA Impact Award winner, and we're so thrilled to have you, to have a face finally on like the mysterious, what is the JA Impact Award? So Alex, I just had a call with him. He's incredible. So he's a keynote speaker. He's a coach for leadership and peak performance, and everything else he's gonna tell you right now. So Alex, please introduce yourself to the crowd.
Yeah, thank you so much. And it was great to just eavesdrop on your talk with David. He's obviously such a phenomenal guy and businessman and leader. And it's just beautiful to be a part of this. And yeah, so thank you for that introduction. That's my work, is keynote speaking and working with organizations, groups, and individuals on leadership and peak performance. And I have such a deep passion and spot for athletes. And I'll pour on about it, but I've been a lifelong athlete and coach and still am. And it just means a great deal to me to be able to work with athletes on how they're doing on and off the field.
Actually, we have this in common. I've been a gymnast in my, previous life before, so I can totally get this on like,
yeah.
I feel like sports and entrepreneurship, they're so interconnected, even though it doesn't look like. But these are the guys who give like their very, the last bit of energy they have into pushing through, either to build the business or to like win the medal at wherever they are, right? So I love that already. And so Alex, in the show, 2-minute drill, you have to pitch in 2 minutes. We're obviously going to want to hear that right now again. So I would say the stage is yours. 2 minutes for your pitch. Start now.
Terrific. Well, I am half of 100% Athlete. I co-founded with Emily Perrin, and how this started is we're lifelong athletes. So I grew up playing sports. I just did everything that my older brother did. And when they went off to college, my older siblings, I really was going through a tougher time. I was getting bullied at school and had low self-esteem and really no direction or confidence or self-worth. And then sports came into my life, and it gave me these incredible outlets, and it gave me friends. We don't need to make it more complicated. I got friends. It was great. So my dream, my everything was to play college lacrosse, and it was beyond an obsession. Every birthday candle or eyelash, I would wish to go off and play D1 and be an All-American. And I did that. I went off and was playing my dream. Freshman year, I started every single game. But sophomore year, I was bigger, I was faster, I was stronger, I was more experienced, I was more talented, and I got benched every single game. I was better physically, but I was playing worse. And I couldn't understand it. And it was tearing me up. It was heartbreaking to me because I loved this so much. It was my source of everything for me and my relationships in my life. And I remember there was one game, and after the game, I was so heartbroken and just torn up. I went off because I was crying and hid in the bathroom stall, sobbing because I didn't want my teammates to see. Now, fast forward, I was able to coach high school lacrosse and was fortunate to win U.S. Lacrosse Coach of the Year here in Los Angeles and play in the World Championships and meet Emily Perrin, who is phenomenal in all of this work. And our passions aligned, and we started 100% Athlete to give athletes the tools and the strategies that we needed and wish we had. And fast forward, we've been able to work with pro athletes. We've worked with Johns Hopkins University's women's lacrosse team, which are incredible people there. We're with high school and middle school athletes. We've been fortunate to add to our team Julie Gardner and Cam Countryman, who are incredible coaches and players. And that's where we're at. It's an exciting place. We're at the beginning of this in sports where everyone has started to realize, oh, this is undeniable. Mental and emotional fitness is not an afterthought, but it's integral to how we do both on and off the field. So it's really exciting to be where we're at. There's a lot of beautiful ways that this can grow. And right now we're just planting that lighthouse for athletes and coaches that were here. If they want to join us, that's where we're here.
I mean, guys, I'm sold. I'm like, well, yeah, that's why I got the award right there. Thank you so much for all your insights. And we can, we're in COVID times, obviously. So I just told him in our pre-call that like houses transform into studios and trying to find all the light possible. But it's incredible your emotion and like how enthusiastic you are about your product and about your service and about athletes. It really transforms all from, you know, all the way from Los Angeles back here to Vienna where I'm based. So thank you so much for sharing this.
Of course.
So what I would love to know, and I'm sure everybody's very curious because we heard Dave, he had the perspective of obviously the judge. So he just, I mean, not just, but he heard it and he was like, yes, no, let's go, let's do this or don't do it. And you were obviously on the other side. So we're very curious on like, okay, first of all, how did you apply or how did that all go? And second, how was your experience actually being in a TV show, which was kind of online, but not, right?
Yeah,
it's kind of like a hybrid format. So we want to know all the things behind the scenes.
Awesome. 10 of 10, incredible experience. So short answer is, if you're thinking about it, do it. Absolutely. It's a really cool experience just from the beginning to the end. So your question was, you know, how it came on my radar. And first off, I heard of that David was doing it, and you've gotten to know David. If he's doing something, it's awesome. So like, it really is.
Right? Whatever.
Yes, it really is. You know, his coachings, his trainings, his books, everything. And knowing that he has come from sports and has such a deep resonance with it too, that really clicked for me. But it was just something where I also thought it'd be a good growth exercise. You know, I'll be the first to say, and I gave you my pitch as it was. David and the judges gave me, you know, improvement notes. I want to tell you, I didn't use any of those notes in the pitch I just gave you because I wanted to give the authentic, but it was a good growth exercise because, you know, something that we've known, but David and the judges brought to light is the craft of this, of working with athletes, is something that's really in us. The business side and quantifying and really getting clear on that is something that we need to keep working on. So I would say, in short, if you're thinking about it, it's a really, really cool experience. It'll foster some growth in you because you have the chance to do it.
I mean, that sounds amazing. And now you already mentioned something where I'm going to like, I'm going to ask one more question about that. So you pitched and then you got the feedback. So what was the kind of feedback they gave you? Because now we heard your pitch, and so people can totally relate on like, oh, this is what the judges are looking for. Because for everybody who just joined us, you, as in the JA alumni community who are listening, you can apply to be part of the next season as well. So go in the link in bio and find all the information. And now you should better take out your notebook and write out all the notes Alex is giving you and all the tips and tricks because he's been through.
Yeah, no, that's such a great question. So I'll give, you know, our specific where I think we need to work on. I mean, in the breadth of it, I think why you're doing this, just like everything, is just so incredibly important. So being sure to include what this means to you. I think definitely be sure to share that because, you know, that's the strongest motivator. And that's what, just as you were saying with gymnastics, if it really means something to us, that's going to keep us going. For us, where the judges, you know, really would have loved more, and I come from sports that would have loved a little more stats. They would have loved a little more scoreboard results, and that's totally fair and something that, you know, we are on the period of growth where there's so many cool and exciting projects that we're doing that are putting out these ripples. But I think if I were to do it again, I'd allocate about 20 seconds to really nailing down exactly financials and where it can go step by step.
That's such great advice, and thanks for sharing it, because I feel like in the entrepreneurship world, a lot of the time it's always about success and the millionaires and all the glorious and like fancy things. But then again, there's so many failures, which are totally normal, but not a lot of people talk about them. And I think this is where you learn from, specifically because, so all the people, most probably not all, but I guess most of the people who watch us today, they went through a company program. So they have most probably had 1 year experience of like intense creating their startup, creating a product or service and selling it, and most probably they had a lot of failures. So thank you so much for sharing it, because I think that's such valuable information for all of them out there. So, and I would also love to ask you to tell us a bit more, you know, some cool examples, some cool projects you're doing with your company to get to know your company a bit better, and for the people to kind of maybe even learn more about you.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's really cool is our company is comprised of 4 athletes and coaches right now who are all passionate experts in this. Myself, Emily Perrin, Julie Gardner, and Cam Countryman. And individually and together, we're both working with tons of athletes right now. So whether that's on an individual basis, there's a phenomenal golfer that I feel very thankful to be along the journey with, or Emily working with Duke basically day in and day out in our work with Johns Hopkins and pro teams. So right now we're very focused on just spreading this work and allowing those ripples to happen of where it can lead. But it's beautiful to see the athletic world, which is obviously very physically result oriented, which those matter. That's what we're doing. The wake up that our mind and our emotions is undeniable. It's happening, which is cool.
Totally. And there's also one more question, which is coming also from the JA background. So for everybody who might not know JA and isn't, just ended up randomly in our live stream, I mean, there might be some people out there. So JA, so Junior Achievement, we're in more than 100 countries around the world, like even more than 110. And so what we do is we help young kids and young students to really learn the skills they need in their future life. So we prepare them to run their startup, to have financial literacy, and to be ready for the workforce, honestly, because I mean, I guess no matter where you are in the world, you learn very good things in school, but there's also a part which you don't learn, which you know that you didn't learn when you start working on, like, oh, how do you write a proper email, right? Like, it's easy things like that to kind of really focus on that, like how to build a business. If you're not coming from a business background, maybe your parents are in the business. So my question is, how did you decide to become an entrepreneur versus just staying in a whatever corporate job or just being employed by someone else?
It's a great question. And I also want to say, to your point, and to bring in the sport jock talk, just like you're saying, you really learn in a game. You don't learn in practice. And so that's a beautiful thing that JA Worldwide is doing, is giving people chances to play in the game and really, really learn in the setting. For me, it was something where I didn't really know what an entrepreneur was. I was kind of Gary V hyping it a little bit. And so I just kind of followed what was very passionate to me. I was supposed to be going into finance and it just didn't feel right to me. And so I just kept listening and following and taking leaps for what really I cared about. And then it was one of those things where, they're paying for this service. Okay, well, let's clean it up. Let's, just like you're saying, you learn on the spot. And in doing so, all right, well, now it has a title. We should go do a bank account. We should create a website. Now it's a business. So I think, doing, that's how this life works, is by the doing. And it's really incredible that JA Worldwide is helping people do that.
Thank you so much. And the last question of today is, one key takeaway or one thing you would like to give the aspiring entrepreneurs who are with us today and listen or watch the replay on, like, if you're trying to become an entrepreneur, you should totally keep this in mind. I know it's a tricky one, but
it's a beautiful question. I'm going to share two things. Well, one is partly what I just said, of really listening to that voice. And someone asked me, he was an older guy and I was leaving college, and he asked me, he goes, do you have to do this? Do you have to do this? Because if you don't, go do anything else. And I think that that's really important, because just like you were saying with entrepreneurship or gymnastics or whatever it may be, there are really tough moments where you got to have grit and gratitude and really love it. And so if you can go do something else, go do something else. But if you listen and you're like, I got to do this, then heck yeah, go all in, and beautiful things will happen. And part two is just like you were saying, Sarah, that to just break down what failing is, and failing is just growing. But then we apply all this shame to it. So just take out the shame and just keep growing. Yeah.
I feel like you dropped all the great quotes. We're going to put them all over social media so people can find you. And talking about social media, feel free to share your social channels here. We will obviously link them in the comment section. We will add them to the website, but feel free to share where people can find you and connect with you if they have any questions.
Awesome. This is me right here. I'm Alex Weber. I'd love to hear from you if any of this resonates, and just very thankful to Sarah and the team for having me.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Alex. And we hope to see you back in any kind of form in the JA world. I'm sure we're not going to let you go again. You know, that's how it works. Once you're in, you're never, you can't leave.
Awesome.
So thanks again. And for everybody else, I hope you tune in next Wednesday. Sorry, not Wednesday. Here we go. We're live on Thursday, every Thursday at 8:45 a.m. Pacific time. We will obviously post it. If you watch us, leave us a comment, leave us a like. We would love that. And thank you so much again for being on the show today.
Thank you, Sarah. Absolutely.
Thank you.